Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a story that starts with a real-life mystery that is just bizarre, and it ends with a scientific rule so powerful, it will honestly change how you see your own life, your relationships, and your place in the entire world.
So picture this. We're going back to January 30th, 1962. We're at a girls' boarding school near Lake Victoria in what is now Tanzania. And yeah, something really strange is about to unfold.
It started small, just 3 students. They started laughing, and they just couldn't stop. Within a few weeks, that uncontrollable laughter had spread to 95 students, and it got so bad they had to shut the school down. But it didn't stop there. As the girls went home to their villages, the laughter spread with them, eventually affecting over 1,000 people for months on end. But here's where it gets really unsettling. The people who caught it later said they felt fear and anxiety, not joy. And when doctors came to investigate, they found absolutely nothing. No toxin, no virus, no physical cause whatsoever. Which leaves us with this huge, baffling question, right? How can something we all associate with joy, laughter, actually become a contagious disease? What was really spreading through this community?
Well, that wild outbreak wasn't just some historical weirdness. It was a perfect, extreme, example of a phenomenon that scientists actually have a name for. It's called mass psychogenic illness, or MPI for short. Basically, it's when physical symptoms of a disease spread like wildfire through a social group, but there's no biological reason for it. It's an illness of the mind that becomes a sickness of the crowd, transmitted from person to person just like a germ. But this isn't just about strange historical events. That whole laughter epidemic, it actually pulls back the curtain on a fundamental truth about all of us. We are constantly influencing and being influenced by everyone around us. I want you to think about your social connections, your friends, your family, your coworkers, not just as people you talk to, but as pathways. They are conduits, and through these pathways, all sorts of things are flowing, good and bad, whether we realize it or not. And what kind of stuff are we talking about? Well, pretty much everything. Emotions? Sure, that's an easy one, but it goes way deeper. Behaviors. Violence can spread through a network, like the generations-long Corsican feuds where one act of revenge sparked a whole chain reaction. But so can altruism. A single person donating a kidney can set off a chain of donations, saving multiple lives. Even our health spreads. Studies show that obesity can be contagious through a social network, and so can the decision to quit smoking. Okay, so if all this stuff is spreading, the next logical question is, how far does it go? And this brings us to the absolute core idea of this whole explainer. It's a simple but incredibly powerful principle called the 3-degree rule. Now, you've probably heard of 6 degrees of separation, right? This might sound kind of similar, but trust me, it is a totally different beast. 6 degrees is about the flow of information, how you could get a message to pretty much anyone on Earth in 6 steps. But the 3 degrees of influence is about contagion. It's about the actual spread of behaviors and emotions. And for that to happen, it turns out only your closer, stronger connections really matter. 3. Just 3. That is the magic number. This is the sphere where you have real, measurable influence on the world, and where other people have a real influence on you. Here's how it works, and it's super simple. The people you know directly, your friends, family, coworkers, they're your 1st degree. Their friends are your 2nd degree, and their friends, that's your 3rd degree. Any further out than that, and the influence just kind of fizzles out. So, the crucial point is this. Everything you do and say ripples through your network. But that effect is only really meaningful up to your friend's friend's friend. It's like a natural law of our social world. And once you really get this rule, you start seeing its effects absolutely everywhere. Your network isn't just something you're in. It's actively shaping who you are, what you feel, and the choices you make every single day. Let's put some real numbers on this. Research shows that if a close friend of yours becomes happy, your own chance of being happy increases by about 9%. That emotion literally spreads from them to you. But it doesn't stop there. The influence jumps. If your friend's friend, someone you might have never even met, becomes obese, your own risk of obesity actually goes up. Think about that. Their behavior is influencing you from 2 degrees away. And this chart for happiness just lays it all out perfectly. A friend's happiness boosts yours by 9%. A friend's friend gives you a 6% boost. And even a friend's friend's friend, a complete stranger, can increase your happiness by 4%. To put that in perspective, the source material notes that a person 3 degrees away can have a bigger impact on your happiness than getting a huge pay raise. That's wild.
And remember, this works for incredibly positive things too. The source highlights these amazing stories of organ donation chains. One person's altruistic act can inspire a friend to donate, who then inspires their friend, creating this beautiful cascade of life-saving generosity that just ripples through the network.
So what does all this mean? If we're all connected in this way, constantly affecting each other up to 3 degrees, it leads to a truly mind-bending idea about what humanity really is.
We are part of a human superorganism. You can think of it like this. A single brain cell can't think, right? But a network of them can form a consciousness. We're like the cells, and our social network is the body. It has a life and a momentum all its own.
This brings a whole new meaning to those famous words from Gandhi. Because of the 3-degree rule, if you want to change the world, start with yourself, isn't just a nice piece of philosophical advice. It is a literal, scientific instruction. The most effective way to change the world really is to change yourself.
Ultimately, what this means is that your personal choices, the choice to be kind, to be healthy, to be happy, to vote, these choices do not end with you. They spread. They ripple through your friends, to their friends, and to their friends' friends' friends, influencing the lives of people you will never, ever know. You are a node in this vast interconnected network. You are both a recipient and a transmitter of influence, which leaves all of us with one final and very personal question to think about. What will you spread?